buried treasure. A foreign country, undercover agents, and all of it tangled up in a web that looks simple until you start pulling at the threads. The Crooked Web, 1955, is a noir that tries to be more than it really is. It's set up like a multi-layered chess game. Every scene comes with a twist. Every line hints at a hidden meaning. And here's the bait. Wartime service didn't just shape heroes. It also produced people who'd later cross to the wrong side of the law without hesitation. When the authorities know a criminal by sight but can't touch him because of legal loopholes, the story becomes a carefully woven trap, unfolding right before your eyes. Add to this a femme fatale who openly flirts with the criminal in front of her own boyfriend, and the boyfriend who just swallows it, and you get a noir where the intrigues aren't hidden but put proudly on display, which is exactly why the breakdown ahead should be interesting. It all starts in a roadside cafe run by our main character. He lives quietly, with no adventures, until one day his girlfriend's brother, a former soldier, walks in. The conversation quickly shifts to memories of service, and then to a tempting proposal. Travel to Germany to recover gold that's been hidden there since the end of the war. This isn't some myth about lost treasure. It's a concrete plan. The gold bars were once stolen, and now there's a chance to get them back. Or keep them. To make it work, each person has a role to play, and no one should ask too many questions. From the start, it's clear this scheme is more complicated than it looks. Another figure enters the picture, a wealthy, influential man who lost his son. He's ready to invest money and resources just to reach those he believes are responsible. And suddenly the gold is no longer just a prize, it's part of someone's revenge. Meanwhile, the cafe owner himself turns out to be far from simple. Behind the polite smile is someone who's clearly no stranger to risky business. At times, he's a little too quick to figure things out, a little too aware of details he shouldn't know. This raises tension, because it's unclear whose side he's really on. At first, it all seems straightforward. Go, take it, split it. But with each passing day, more oddities surface. Why is the brother so determined to run the show? Why does he decide who does what? And why is his sister drawn into this so deeply? Soon, the group finds themselves in Germany, surrounded by unfamiliar streets and memories of a war that hasn't quite faded. And there it becomes clear, the gold is just bait. In reality, another far more dangerous game is being played, and none of them fully understands the role they've been assigned. The details of that game we'll break down in the next block. This movie doesn't hook you with car chases or shootouts. It runs on personal traps and moral compromises. There's no easy line of, he's the hero, she's the victim, here's the villain. Everyone has their own shade of gray and their own hidden agenda. At the center is a woman playing the perfect noir bait. She makes a man believe there's something real between them. Light laughter, a touch, a few intimate words. But it's all part of the job. The twist? Her fiancé is the other agent. He stands there watching her charm someone else, hearing words meant for him, and swallows it. Not because he wants to, because the work demands it. It's not just a spy tactic. It's a personal sacrifice that leaves a mark on everyone involved. The gold is another layer. Not a glorious war trophy, just loot, taken in the chaos of war. No honor in it, only greed. And everyone in the game, agents, criminals, people stuck in between, is ready to bend the rules. Even those on the side of the law do things you couldn't call clean. The sting plays like a shell game. Every player knows only their own part. No one sees the full picture. And the audience? Same deal. You're never quite sure who's in control. It's smart, but the story risks overdoing it. There are so many twists, you start to wonder if the writers could go 30 seconds without one. The backdrop adds flavor. On paper, we're in post-war Germany. In reality, it's all studio work with a bit of newsreel spliced in. But it sells the idea. A place where the shadow of war still hangs over a fake peacetime calm. It makes the film feel sharper, more uneasy. And here's one of the sharper truths this story slips in. The Army wasn't only made of heroes. Some veterans walked straight into crime once the uniform came off. The film doesn't dodge it, it leans in. Honor can be just as much a mask as an undercover identity. In the end, this isn't a perfect noir or a flawless spy thriller. But it's an interesting blend. Romance as bait, morally gray missions, and a setting you don't often see in the genre. The intrigue isn't just in the plot. It's in the relationships, the compromises, and the cost of every win. That's what keeps you watching, even through all the zigzags. The Crooked Web isn't a lost masterpiece, but it's far from forgettable. It's a curious attempt to blend noir with spy intrigue while keeping the focus on human games. The female lead works perfectly, both as a classic noir seductress and as part of a tense personal situation. The cast holds their ground, even when the script starts piling on a few too many twists. This is worth watching if you enjoy noir with unusual genre pairings, if you're curious to see how the 1950s experimented with stretching the formula, and if you like intrigue not just as a sequence of events, but as a game of nerves between characters. It's not a flawless combination, but it works, as long as you take it not as some grand revelation, but as an honest genre experiment with its own atmosphere and a few memorable moments.